So hello, my name is Crystal and I'm an intuitive reader on here, and I thought maybe I'd jump on and see what kind of cards want to come out. Let's go ahead and say, okay, spirit guides, what do you feel like passing on today? Anything interesting? I know the energy has been kind of all over the place. Even today it's either like go, 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 and then all of a sudden I don't want to do anything. Energy is almost like it can't make up its mind right now. Makes a lot of sense now, doesn't it? Let me get my glasses on so I can actually read this correctly. The Eight of Swords. Not surprising enough. It's interesting that it feels like we may be stuck, feeling like we can't really see what's really behind, what's holding us back. The most interesting part about this, the spirit guides are trying to let you know this may seem what's going on, but if you feel like you can't see anything, you're literally blindfolded, it's because the answers that you're seeking, the guidance you're looking for, it's on the inside. So right now, one of the best things to do, one of the things I try to remember to do, I mean, we're all human, but one of the things that helps me out and has helped people out over the years that I do energetic coaching with is sometimes you get caught in that loop of just thinking about the same things over and over again that are not getting you anywhere, right? Incredibly frustrating. I want you to start thinking a little more outside the box about it. So when you get into that loop, you find yourself catching in that loop. You're like thinking about all these things. Well, I should have done this. I should have did this. What if I did this? I can't believe this happened. And then it's kind of like being stuck on this merry-go-round that's not really going anywhere, right? You'd rather get on a train that's at least going to a destination, right? So the best thing to do when you start feeling that happens, first of all, let's start being a little kind to ourselves. Because the last thing we want to do is beat ourselves up if we catch ourselves. Because actually it's a very good thing that we caught ourselves in that loop, right? Because then we can actually get off that merry-go-round, go get on the train, right? Okay, so the best thing to do when you start feeling that happening, put one hand over your heart. I want you to take a deep breath in, deep breath out. And I want you to just take a moment, just calm yourself a little, because first of all, it's not just you, the grown-up, that's struggling with these things. Inside here is your inner child. That's the one that's struggling the most. And so we're going to be a little kind to ourselves when we catch ourselves caught on that merry-go-round, right? Okay, so then the next thing we need to do is kind of pull back a little and say, okay, well, why is this happening? Yes, I may have made choices in the past that I wasn't really happy about, but guess what? There's more choices coming. I can shift things. I can shift the energy of something just by choosing to take a moment, pause, and kind of get out of your head and get back into your heart space. Because this isn't, our heart isn't just where we love from. This is where we live from. This is the seat of our soul. This is also like our inner GPS, okay? Our North Star, but it is also where our inner child lives. So when we start feeling like we're stuck on that merry-go-round of really not positive thinkings, take a moment, like I said, be kind to ourselves about it. One hand over the heart, deep breath in, deep breath out. Gives you a moment to kind of calm and dispel some of that energy, and then take a good look at what it is. It's just a speed bump, my dear. It's not a roadblock. There are always going to be new choices to make. And I want you to look at it like this. Life is a journey, right? And like say you're in the car driving. You're not going to drive looking just in your rearview mirror, right? That's why it's this little. It's only meant to be glanced at when you need to look about something that's going on behind you. But how big is the windshield? That's where our focus needs to be, is where we're heading forward to. But in these moments, one of the best things you can do to not only get yourself off of that carousel, but to help yourself not take as many rides, is to be kind to yourself in the process, okay? So that's the first step to kind of shifting the energy. Then the next thing is get a little curious. So once you've calmed down, you're off the merry-go-round, and you're just working on your breathing and you're relaxing, being kind to yourself, then just get a little curious. Just ask those feelings, what do you want? What is it that you're wanting from me? Are you trying to show me things that didn't work out so I hopefully make better choices next time? Why are you coming forth right now to put me in this loop and kind of dispel the energy that I really want to use to get on that train, right? So when you can do that, you've already shifted energy, which makes a big difference. Because the last thing you want to do is add more fuel to the fire or put more energy into it. And so let me give you a a good example to hopefully you can help visualize this with me, because I really want to help you get off of that merry-go-round, okay? So the best thing to do is I want you to think about that every day that you get up, there is 2 jars in front of you. Both are empty, right? Then there's a giant pile of big, bright, shiny coins next to you. Now, every morning you get that same pile of coins. Now, these coins, there are thoughts. They're like currency. They're like money. They're just as important as money. Actually, even more so, because that's a whole nother thing. Money is just energy, but this affects that. Now, these 2 jars in front of you, one of the jars is your future, and one of the jars is your past. So when you catch yourself doing things like jumping on that merry-go-round, realize all it means is you put some coins in your jar that is your past jar. And if you want to get on the train, we've got to put more coins in the future jar. So when you catch yourself doing that, and you do the pause, and you're kind to yourself, you are actually putting coins into your future jar. And it means you're going to put less coins in that past jar. But understand, remember, first thing in the morning, your jars are empty and you got a brand new pile of coins. So don't sit there staring at the coins in the past jar that made it in there that day, because guess what? Tomorrow, there's not going to be any coins in that jar, okay? So hopefully this simple exercise shifted that for you. So as an intuitive reader, when I do readings for people, it's all about giving guidance, but it's not about me giving you information that's some magical thing that's going to make everything okay and that you have to come to me to get it. I'm really just kind of like the guide. I'm the one that kind of sees you maybe out there and you're kind of like, just trying to tread water. The water's kind of going like this and you're just trying to keep your head above water. It's not easy to make good decisions when you're in survival mode. So my view of things when I come in and do things like this video is in this exercise is to help you, not just throw you a life raft. I want to be able to take your hand, lead you out of all those stormy waters so you could take a moment, come stand on the shore with me and look out at everything. It's a lot easier to make choices and decisions when you're not stuck in survival mode, right? So as simple as these exercises may seem, they may seem very elementary, but that's why they're so powerful, because they're incredibly easy to do. But the important thing is we've done some very important things. We found ourselves in a negative headspace, which was the round and round on the carousel, really thinking a lot about the jar and the pennies that were in, or the coins that were in the jar for our past, right? But when we're able to take a moment, take a deep breath, recenter to our heart space. Remember, this is the seat of our soul. This is our inner GPS, how we work with our angels and guides, our higher self. It's all connected here. Plus, this is where our inner child lives. So whenever we're connecting with our heart space, we're not just comforting us, the adult, we're comforting our inner child. We're also letting them know that we are here to support them. They are not alone in this. That what's triggering them to be in that loop, that old mindset, it's okay. That's the past, and we're going to help bring them into the future. And we do that every time we take a moment and connect with our heart space. Okay? So that's why in this exercise, like I said, remember, it seems very simple. It's just a pile of imaginary coins in 2 imaginary empty jars. But for you, they're a huge, big step in the right direction. So remember, it's okay how many coins made it into the past jar today, because tomorrow you get a whole new stack, brand new empty jars, and a whole new fresh start, my dear. So from my heart to yours, I send you so much love. You